Hey, we're alive once more with Terra Invicta. This is episode 10. Episode 10, guys, of Terra Invicta. We're well on our way. This is the close of season 1, which is exciting. I'm very much looking forward to continuing this campaign, but we're gonna bringing season 1 in for a landing here. Mainly because Alyssa's due to have a baby any second now. So yeah. I'm hoping that we can get her to go into labor on stream. Because I mean, come on, guys. Is there a more clippable moment than that? I don't think so.
That's what this baby's about. The clips.
Yeah, I mean, why else? I asked Alyssa to have this child so that we could get more followers.
I thought that's why you asked Carly.
Well, also that, yeah. So we have cuteness to show off.
Our engagement is lower quickly.
Yeah,
we're just gonna have so much cuteness for you guys on stream.
As Gurno says in chat, for the content. That's the only reason. Only reason. So, speaking of for the content,
you were born for the content.
Yeah.
Speaking of life, let's get to death.
Speaking of for the content, apparently Seth said I have to open his Christmas present to me on stream.
Which
so
he already
what? Say again.
He already forgot and just remembered as you said it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, I was so excited to play D&D with my friend.
A note on Emily's mic for everybody. When we're talking, her voice gets muffled by us, so just try not to talk over Em tonight. I mean, you should always try to not talk over Em, but especially tonight. So
always try to talk over Em. That's what you were about to say.
That is not what I was about to say. That is not. Okay, so I am opening the present. It is wrapped in bubble wrap.
It was necessary.
I imagine so.
I'm just going to shoot my prediction over to Seth.
You already know what it is. I told you all about it.
Oh, I like this. I'll take the plastic bags out of it. It is a big old mug.
I forgot about that.
Read what it says.
Dungeon Master, Caleb, the benevolent DM.
I think I would call that a tankard.
Yeah, tankard. Yeah, there you go. This is awesome, and I appreciate you. Thank you very much, Seth.
You're welcome. That's why you need to open it on stream, because it is specific.
Oh, of course, yeah.
DM mug.
Yeah. I will have to make a point of having it for streams.
I don't know how well pickle juice will handle in it, but
we're about to find out, my friend.
He's just like, Caleb just is like way ahead of you. Pulls it.
Yeah, I've had it next to me the whole time. No.
Okay, so we need to just get Caleb a mini fridge and have it fully stocked with pickle juice.
Just pickle juice, yeah. So it has to be a certain kind of pickle. So people have made the mistake before of just like being like, Caleb likes everything pickle or everything pickle flavored. This is not the case. I'm like very picky about my pickles. The Klassen, I think. Klassen, however you pronounce that. That's the brand that I'm currently like, this is amazing, and I will eat it all the time. So
never would have pegged you for a picky pickle person.
If you just want to buy me some pickles, you can do so. Feel free.
Someone in the chat said pickle stream, the best stream.
The best stream. Well, I mean, if it's a literal stream, that would be awesome. A pickle stream. Anyway, so before I gross out everybody further, let's get into some Terra Invicta, shall we? So we last left our party, dead. 1/4 of it being dead.
We were mostly dead, let's face it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess if we're tallying up like all the hit points and stuff, yeah, it's a little bit more than just a fourth dead.
I think that Takeaway counts for more than a fourth of the party, okay?
More than a fourth?
Because she also takes a fourth in each of our hearts. Or a third in each of our hearts.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that's like a fourth plus
Audrin
I
continues.
mean, I just met you guys like maybe a month ago. I don't think I have that much
That's
impact
fair.
in your
That's
life.
Audrin continues to mark off tallies on my will they, won't they for Takui and Audrin. For comments like that.
But Audrin has his other love interest with the one girl.
Carla. Yep. True.
That-
True. Yep. We got Lavinia. We got Carla. We got. Isn't there a third person? I'm trying to remember. Wasn't there a third person? Well, I guess Anna's an option too.
You're muted.
You're just like muted now, Emily. Yeah. I think. We can't hear you though.
Yeah, we can't hear her. Oh no!
I don't know why.
Oh, no. I want to hear her sonorous voice.
Do you want to just switch the mic to the laptop mic?
Hello.
Yeah.
There we go.
That works.
There you are.
Okay.
That works just fine.
Okay. What I was saying is I'm pretty sure the other person was because it was Lavinia, Carla, Takui.
Oh, right. Lavinia, Carla,
Isn't
Takui.
that what
Yeah.
we were saying?
I said Lavinia, and in my mind I was saying Takui, not realizing that Lavinia was the person I was forgetting. Yep, there it is. Yes, so at least the main three. Yeah, I could see Audrin ending up particularly with any three of those, but Anna is always an option. But Anna seems to have her eye on other people, so.
Or
Look, I don't have my eye on anybody. They all have their eyes on me.
Yeah, well.
could it be that Audrin just doesn't end up with somebody?
I'm not saying that that's
Impossible.
I am going to do everything in my power to make
Caleb's
something
like,
happen.
I'm not saying that's not an option. M's like, I am.
No.
That's the thing. We did plenty of romance stuff with Emily and Alyssa last game. We gotta let's get this brought down a little bit.
So you can do more with Emily and Alyssa this game.
I don't think
Why- like, why
Deli's
can't-
gonna have
yeah,
any
why can't we
options.
have, like,
I don't
something
think
with
Deli's
Deli?
having a. That's the thing about like characters like Seth usually plays these characters, the characters that really don't have a penchant for romance. It's just you can't really see them. Tweety probably could have,
Tweety,
but also
Deli is also a child.
yes,
sort of.
And
Deli
there's no
looks
other
like a child.
children being introduced right now.
yes.
Actually, no, Deli is child age. Never mind.
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? She is a child.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Anyway, so
Is she a child or is she a bubble gum? That's
Yeah.
my theory. Is that that
just a
Deli-
sentient bubble gum
She's a
shaped like a
bubblegum
dragon. Okay, all right.
It's literally just Majin Buu.
First thing I want to say is Audrin or /Jordan, I guess. Mainly just talking to Jordan, I guess. Do you happen to? It's tough. Fine if you didn't detail anything about the Red Queen's +2 hand crossbow. Because I was like, you feel free to like make up any details you want or name this or whatever else. And it's fine if you haven't. I just was curious. I'm taking this as a no because he's just kind of like looking around.
You know,
No, we don't.
I
Inform us.
completely just forgot that I even had it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
All good. All good.
I
Not a
could
problem.
just- unless you have something, I could just try to come up with.
No, you don't have to come up with anything right now either. I was just curious. That's literally all it was. And honestly,
I'm
yeah,
just frustrated with myself right now because
we'll figure out some stuff before season 2 for it.
Okay,
That's,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really just like it's more aesthetic stuff than anything else, right? The sort of stuff that we made up for other magic items, some history stuff and whatnot. We can just talk about it in between seasons, so that's fine. So I think probably what we start with is talking to Lavinia, right? Because you guys finished with the Lotus Dragons. You killed, or no, you didn't kill, but you drove off. What's her name? Rosalia Cordero, the sister apparently of the Red Queen, Alicia, Audrin's former love interest, the leader of the Neighborhood Watch, the gang he was a part of. She was driven off. You killed her pet at least, and killed quite a few of her guardian monsters, and generally laid waste to the Lotus Dragon Guild house. And so, and then you learned, of course, the most important thing, you learned the whereabouts of Vanthus. And given the dates in the letters, you know that you have some time before the like meeting with the pirates that he's supposedly doing is going to take place. So it's not like you have to like rush there right now to catch him. But you know now like where you can find him in the future. It's like a week or two in the future sort of a thing. So you have a little bit of time here in between. But yeah, the first thing we should probably do is start with that first conversation with Lavinia when you get back to her manor after going to the Lotus Dragons. I guess the first question, even before that, I guess, is like, do you just leave the Lotus Dragon Guild house right after that point? Do you do anything else in there before you leave?
What else was there to do? I mean, we kind of scoured the entire area, didn't we?
Like, you can always come back to it too. I'm just curious if like there's anything in particular you want to do before you, or we just skip ahead.
Can we go back to the map real quick?
Yeah, sure. Sure thing. There it is.
I think we kind of went everywhere. I
went
don't think
places.
we wouldn't be waiting around. We'd be like, let's get back.
Yeah, I figured as
Think
much.
we went down.
But so basically you're just gonna like make it back in the quickest way possible get out of the guild hall. Cool. Yep, sounds good. And you're carrying Taikui's body. But yeah, so I guess we just skip ahead to Lavinia's manor, and you guys are around the table like you normally are, except Taikui is noticeably absent as her corpse lies in some other room, like with a sheet over it, while you guys wait to get a resurrection scroll, right?
What time did we go there?
You
We
went
there in
there
the morning.
in the middle. No, yeah.
It was the morning.
It was the morning. Yeah, so this is probably like afternoon, honestly. So, I mean, I guess you carried a dead body through the city in the broad daylight. But I mean, it's not like
if we were just carrying around, but they wouldn't necessarily know she's dead.
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, you probably do get some looks, I'm sure. But yeah. I mean, it's not like you murdered her, so it's known, you're not going to get in trouble. But cool. Yeah. So you guys are sitting around the table there. And you've at the very least just explained to Lavinia like that Taikui died. Right? And so there's just like maybe like a silence over the table. And you guys are just all kind of like sitting there. Maybe people are just like looking up and then looking back down and just kind of like an awkward silence. What's the next thing that gets said? Or do you wait until Lavinia says something?
Real quick, we didn't spend the gold for the scroll yet, did we?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, this would have to be because the main thing you need to tell Lavinia here is like what Vanthus did, right? Vanthus was the one who murdered their parents.
Right.
So, right. That's for sure the thing you need to tell her in this conversation. But you'll also have to be like, hey, so I think we died and we're gonna go resurrect her, but and here's your gold. Here's your gold back.
Yeah, I think I'd probably like hand her some letters and say you might want to sit down to read these.
Yeah.
And just kind of like hand her the
So keep in mind that like there are several dozen love letters. So I assume you're pointing out
like the important
You're pointing out the important highlights. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just give her an entire stack of racy love letters. Just like figure it out for yourself.
These are the fun ones.
Yeah, exactly. Audryn lays them down in front of her and just kind of like,
Can I have this one back later?
Oh no. But yeah, so you point out the highlights, and you just see her just reading, and at one point she just like puts a hand to her mouth, like, oh my gosh, like, and she looks up and you can tell there's a moment there where she would look for Taikui because that would be the person she'd talk to first, and then she doesn't see Taikui, and I guess she looks at Anna and she just says, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
I mean, this is his handwriting, so, but okay. Okay. And then, yeah, she just like waits for whatever else you need to tell her.
Just kind of like before we tell her like any more information, I kind of just go like, does that change what you want us to be doing?
Yes and no. I want you to find Vanthus, but I don't think he can be rehabilitated anymore.
He can be disabilitated.
Yeah.
Or decapitated.
Yeah. She just says, I think he just needs to face justice.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Yeah. And you know, the implication I think Anna, is like, in theory, he should be brought back for like a proper trial. But if it came down to it at this point, she's like, you could probably just kill him.
But I mean, he's a very bad man who's done bad things,
Mhm.
and he deserves
No, yeah.
justice.
No, he does. Yeah. Yeah, but she explains this to you. She
Yeah.
just says he should come back to Calabar and stand trial for his crimes. But if he makes this impossible, and again she looks into your eyes, Anna, and then she just says, I trust that you know what's best. What else did you find? All this money for you?
Yeah.
I thought I already gave her that.
I mean, I assumed that like very little had been said already, but
Yeah, I kind of like will let Audrey take the lead.
Yeah.
hey, you know when I was like secretly giving you money before? Here's a lot of not secret money.
Yeah, I wanted to know. I just want to say probably like Deli's just kind of standing right here looking at the fish through a window or something. Probably.
Audrin pulls out all the money that was from that like belongs to the estate.
Yeah.
And just places it on the table and just like kind of scoots it in front of her and says, we found something.
A new car.
A couple pieces of this is a couple pieces of gold.
What? These are the bags from the vault. Thank you. I guess I assumed they had spent it immediately.
Thieves have a way of holding on to things.
Well, that's the thing, Audrey. I don't know if that's even true, right? Like, I think it's actually the opposite, right? Like, I think that is a good assumption to have, that like most thieves guilds just kind of like churn through stuff, right?
Oh, really?
But like, I think the reason that Cordelia or Rosalia was like keeping all this is because she had way bigger plans than just like running a normal thieves guild, right? She was planning to take over Calabar, so.
Yeah, then I guess Audrin would probably say they were no mere thieves. They were a gang.
Yeah. What happened to them? You got this back, but are they still operating? Do you know?
What was the name of the actual
The Lotus Dragons.
the Lotus Dragons? Yeah. The Lotus Dragons are likely going to disband. Wasn't Rosalia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rosalia, their leader, escaped. Likely to
Rosalia?
go find your brother.
Rosalia
Did you know her?
Cordero? I mean, she's a noble
The
woman. Right? Like, that's what
Nobles.
Audrin already knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if Audrin actually told anybody necessarily, though.
No. He
Right?
didn't.
Yeah,
He
so
would've kept it to himself.
Deli and Anna, this is like news to you. Like, Lavinia obviously knows this person, and she just says, Rosalia Cordero, the heir to the Cordero estate.
Alleged heir.
Yeah. This
Although
is...
to call her a noble woman would be an ironic farce.
Do you have any more information about that specifically? Any documents in her handwriting with her seal or sign?
We could probably go back and find him.
I would. It's one thing if I go to the Dawn Council with vague rumors of a thieves guild plotting to take over Calabar. It's quite another if a noblewoman is found, like evidence is found that a noblewoman is involved in this.
Well, the letters were written to her.
That is
Weren't the
true.
love letters written to
Yeah,
her?
yeah. And she's like,
yeah, but we don't have anything in her handwriting.
Yeah,
we don't have
Phases would
anything.
have had all of those.
we need
because she
something
wouldn't-
more official than that.
Yeah.
Something in her handwriting, something that is. And then you probably think Audrin too, like, I mean, you made like notations of that map that she had. There were other documents in that room that you could probably go back and retrieve.
Yeah.
Because she looks at you, Audrin, she's like, if I could get that, then I can bring this to the Dawn Council. They will be disbanded. If I can, even if there is corruption leading the guard away from rooting this out, they can't ignore it if I bring that to them.
We probably have some things we need to take care of before then.
Well, I'm not
Ellie
sure. if we
looks
have
in the
time.
direction of
Whatever the room
Take
is.
we-
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, she, of course.
that I just would kind of say like nothing's changing with her situation if we just very quickly go get the documents because we don't know what's going to happen to the hideout.
Yeah, Lavinia, I think, immediately says, don't worry about her. I'll take care of her. All right. You don't have to pay for that. I'll do it. Takui was my friend.
Well, we're not.
And I'd probably turn to Anna and say,
Are we really in shape to go there again?
I mean, we kind of cleared a lot of the place out. I could try and sneak in there. I feel okay.
that's actually a good question. Like, how are we feeling? I'm like at half hit points, and actually, I'm okay. I'm okay on spell slots, which doesn't make sense because I'm pretty sure I was out by the end of it last time. Jordan,
Yeah, I don't
how are you on hit points?
Oh, I've got 6 hit points currently.
Yeah, Audrin was the one I think who took the most beating there besides
Well, because
Takui.
I think maybe it was just that we were almost down, but I remember like only having one more healing spell slot, but for some reason I'm like not almost out of spells, or maybe it was just the fact that Alyssa went down.
Yeah.
that I couldn't help.
Right. I think that was mainly it. Is like it didn't really end up being needed.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of the other time when we went down and I was out of spell slots.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
What
then.
is Anna's stealth?
Yeah, good
I
question.
have a +5.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I
Anna, should
mean-
go.
If
And
Anna went
I'm
by
fast.
herself, it would probably be
That's true.
the best.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could-
It's if not Anna by herself, it would be Anna and Audrin.
Yeah.
I could go with the
But-
wild shape and sneak in with the
That's true.
spider in spider form. We could all go. I legitimately was mixing up the 2 times we went.
Yeah.
Where the time where we literally almost all died with what was the big giant beast?
The Jabba Fofi spider thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of that time was the last time we
Yeah.
went there. That time we literally almost all
You
died.
got a long rest after that, though. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I was
so-
getting those mixed up. That's why I was that's
Yeah.
why I
So
thought we were worse off.
what is your plan then? Do you would
We can all
just
go.
yeah
Oh,
everybody go
no.
or
No, I
just one?
think maybe those 2 go. Maybe Anna and Deli go. I'm not.
Does Audrin have another thing in mind?
Well, Audrin might just like stay near Takui's body
Sure.
and like just have someone stick around.
So, someone to convince her not to run away when she comes up.
That's fair. I mean, having you there would probably be good when she
Yeah,
actually does.
I'm not sure
her
if
res.
Audrin would be in a state to leave
Sure.
or to be away from Takui's body at this
Sure.
point.
Yeah. Yeah.
He still kind of blames himself.
Yeah. You did kind of freak out when it
lot.
happened. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So I mean, Anna. Well, Deli, what would you change into?
I am looking right now. My thought was spider or obviously like the only ones we've established so far are spider or wolf. None of the other ones seem extremely useful, or I can't transform into them right now. Like I don't think a cow would be very helpful right now, and I can't like the helpful things. I have a flying speed or a swimming speed, which I can't do. Probably. Wolf would be better, but spider would be more sneaky. No, actually, wait. Wolf has keen hearing and is more likely to be able to sneak.
Mhm.
Wolf has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or smelling. Yeah, we'll go with wolf. It also has pack tactics. Probably won't transform till we get closer, though. I mean, it's got an hour time, but still.
Cool. Trying to find some quick.
When a player wire, we could wild shape though if you want.
I mean, you're gonna have to roll it either way, right?
It's you decide.
Well,
You may
yes.
roll. Okay, let's wild shape then.
Just Seth, just assume every time it could happen, it's gonna happen. That's me.
Okay. Okay, we're fine. I turn to a wolf.
Cool. So what's your stealth with a wolf?
The fact that you're making me roll is making me nervous.
Well, I just want to know what the bonus is.
+4.
Okay, so you should roll because Anna has higher, so we'll just do the lowest person to roll.
23.
23 is fine, yeah. And
Nice.
honestly, it gets you get in there, and it's obvious pretty quickly that the place is alternatively in chaos or abandoned, right? There are certain parts of it that are like filled with thieves just like shoving stuff into bags and like leaving town or just like going into the slums or whatever, and then other parts of it that are just abandoned entirely, or have been stripped clean at this point. Like the Lotus Dragons are already just breaking apart. It'll probably be good to get at the evidence anyway, just because the Cordero family can actually get their just due for actually being a part of it. But at this point, you figure out pretty quickly the stealth isn't even necessary at this point.
Well, it is if you're a pink wolf.
But yeah, so you guys get into the war room and grab a bunch of documents and get out with no issue. But then you realize, I think one thing that does happen when you actually get there is you realize you don't actually know where Juno ended up. Right?
Juno was the silver guy.
Yeah, Silver Flame.
Hawkeye NPC.
Yeah, Hawkeye NPC.
Yeah, I can
Number 2.
only remember him as Silver Wolf because that's what he was called.
Yeah,
I can't remember
exactly.
his actual like thing.
Yeah,
That's why I just
Alyssa's
said
Freudian
silver
slip there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Silver Fox. That's what it was.
It was Silver Fox,
Yeah.
not
Oh, right.
wolf.
Silver
Wow.
Fox, yeah.
Sorry,
Silver-
I'm a
which
pink
it's
wolf right
supposed to
now. I
be,
was just
what, the Silver Fire?
Silver Flame
Silver
or Silver.
Flame.
Well, man, I don't even remember
The
now. I need
Silver
to look.
Surfer.
I think you said it was Silver Fire, and I said
It's the-
Silver
it's the
Flame.
Silver Fire. Yeah.
I think Silver Flame is better, but
Well, you're wrong. So
Well, if it was,
you're the one who said it first.
I know.
so.
I know.
if the Silver Fire becomes Takewee's flame, then he will be the Silver Fox.
Sure.
There we
Yeah,
go.
sure.
Just wrap it all up.
Takewee doesn't like him that much, actually. She's like,
Yeah.
you're kind of incompetent, so I don't really like you. But now
That's a
Takewee
dead
feels very,
character.
but yeah, I know, says the dead character.
You're
I'm
meeting
sure
up with a different. You're meeting up with a different fox right
With
now.
a different Hawkeye NPC. Yeah. Yeah.
I've been
So-
working on these abs for a century.
Yeah.
Like wait, no, has it been like? Oh no, it
It's
hasn't
been
super
150 years. Yeah.
I thought it was 400 for some reason.
No, not that long.
Yeah, I know. That was ridiculous after I said it.
If it was 400
Imagine
years, it would
he has a
literally
giant
be
beard
like
now.
almost the year 2000. So, but yeah, so you realize, I mean, you guessed that, you knew because you heard his voice that he was like causing a distraction when you set off that trap. But now that you're back here, you don't know where he went off to.
Can I try
So.
and do an investigation check
Sure.
to try and
Find any evidence of where he might have gone. Yeah.
Ooh,
20.
20, not Nat.
You
Dead body.
find whatever personal effect, some sort of trinket that like you saw he had on. I don't think I ever described anything, but like some
Maybe
sort
he
of
has like I imagine he has like a mirror that has like special etchings into it or something.
Sure, yeah. You
Is
find, and you maybe
little
Anna, you saw him looking into this at one point. And he seemed like content. It wasn't like he was like as a vain thing, right? Like he was like checking himself out or like grooming himself. It was literally just like he was reading the inscription at the top of the mirror or something. He looked contemplative. But you find this mirror. It's discarded on the floor, cracked, and with blood on it. And that's the only thing you see. So yeah, the guess is something bad might have happened to him, but you don't like find his body or anything.
I don't find his. I'm confident in my finding abilities this time. So if we didn't find his body, it's not here.
Yeah.
She is confident in her Hufflepuff.
But at this point, I mean,
Anna's definitely up.
Yeah. Yes, that's very true.
Yep.
For
certain.
100%.
Or Slytherin.
Very
Very loyal.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. What's it called? I don't think the thought maybe would come to Anna's mind, but maybe Audryn, as you're thinking about this, and maybe when you guys get back and relay everything that about the Lotus Dragon Guild House, the thought probably comes to your mind, Audryn, like they're gonna abandon this, and probably someone's gonna come and try to take it over, or some underground urban monster or something. But in the meantime, while the chaos is happening, if you guys wanted to try to take it over, you could literally make it into like your base.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Like, yeah, it's an extended underground complex.
I'm pretty sure I've played this game. It's called Saints Row 2. Or even Saints Row 1.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's the thought. And you could even just like explore it more, see if there's stuff you didn't find before or whatever, right?
I mean, could we give it to Lavinia? Because like there's like a whole like secret port area that she could utilize. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the main issue is you probably wouldn't be able to get away with like, say if you tried to give it to Lavinia, someone in the Sunrise District would just be like, no, it's on top of my shop, so I think I should own it. Like if it went public, it would just end up being a political nightmare. If you guys just want to try to take it over as an adventure hideout and not telling anybody about it, right? That's going to be probably way easier to do than you could try to give it to Lavinia in secret. But I mean, knowing Lavinia, she's probably just going to try to like tell the Dawn Council, like, hey, there's this thing here. What do you want me to do with it? I'm a good girl. Like, I don't want to own a weird secret hideout.
This is where we start our own freedom fighters. Like, this is where we rebuild the neighborhood watch.
You could. Yep.
But now we're the town watch.
Yeah, that's certainly an option. I mean, you don't have the manpower to do it right now, but
No.
yeah, I just wanted to mention it as a thing that Audryn probably would think of.
I thought we were just Audryn's angels.
Yeah. She,
within the city watch, we have Audryn's angels, the most elite.
Crew. Yes, of course.
There we go.
Well, here's the thing. I think we used to be Audryn's angels, and now we're the Calabar Angels of Audryn.
No, we're literally Audryn's angels because one of us is dead right now.
Takui is truly Audryn's angel. Yep.
Sorry.
Wow.
But yeah, so you get back. I mean, it's going to take a little bit of work to go buy a resurrection scroll and like actually figure that out. So I think by the time you guys get back with the documents and stuff, Lavinia has like what's the word I'm looking for? Acquired is perfectly fine. It's not the one I was looking for, but that works. Acquired a requisitioned. That's the word I was looking for. Requisitioned a scroll of resurrect dead or whatever it is. The lower.
Raised dead.
Yeah. And you guys are all meeting up and Takui's lying on a bed and you can res her if you want.
Who can res her, actually? That's
Res
a question.
blocks.
Well, anyone can read a spell scroll. I mean, we could literally just say Lavinia has a cleric that she hired to do it.
Okay, I was gonna
That's
say
probably
because
a better way
technically
to do
the
it.
only person who has a class who could cast this is the dead one.
True. Yeah.
Because it's a bard, cleric, or paladin spell.
Yeah. So she probably just doesn't even buy a scroll. She just like hires a cleric for an hour to like do this.
I
But
was gonna
yeah,
say we could probably just get a scroll and have someone from Anna's order.
also true. But Lavinia was basically just said like, I'm gonna take care of this. Like this is on
Yeah,
me.
Lavinia
Like,
sounded like she was going to take care of it. I'm not going to use my one favor
that's
this
fair.
month
Yeah,
if somebody else is
you can
gonna
definitely
take
see
care of
that
it.
Lavinia like feels guilty, right? Because she's like, I got her killed by like trying to do this. Like
Yeah,
this is the
I
least I
think-
can do.
I think like while the others are gone and they're like retrieving stuff, I think like as Audrin is probably like just sitting near Takewee's body and just kind of waiting silently. He probably pipes up that it's not Lavinia's fault.
Yeah.
And like tries to get her to not blame herself for it.
Sure.
Like we took on this job because we took on this job. Like any one of us could have said, "Nah, I'm good, fam."
Yeah, I think she like bites her lip and she just says, I didn't know what I was getting you all into when I started this, and I just want to make sure that I want to look after you guys. You've done so much for me already, and how could I ask you to do more if I can't at least do this? You can tell she kind of like dodged the question of guilt. Like it's, she's not confirming or denying that she
Yeah.
like believes whether or not this is her fault necessarily, but she's just like, I have a responsibility. I mean, she's really, she's taking a noble tack, right? She's like,
Yeah.
noblesse oblige. I'm responsible for you guys. This is the least I can do. This is my responsibility as a rich person. Right.
It's my responsibility.
Yeah. And like she said, you've all done a great service to the city of Calabar. And I'm sure the Dawn Council will see that too. In fact, I will ensure that they do. And then she just kind of like looks at the cleric, and the cleric just nods and starts casting a spell.
Before we do that,
Mhm.
do we get a scene of a Takewee with Miggy?
I don't know if we
No.
do.
Okay.
Right? Like, I mean, we all know as players that that's what's happening, that there's going to be
Mhm.
something like that, right? But until we get to higher levels where you guys actually start knowing more about cosmological stuff, I would rather keep it vague because there are
Oh.
details of it that are
Mhm.
different now, right?
Oh, also,
So-
plus we established last time that you don't always remember when you come back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, and like the only reason why you would remember is because there was some really tricky, weird stuff going on with Death at that point anyway.
Yes. So Takewee is going to, I mean, Alyssa and I have talked about this. A scene did happen. We already know what happened there. So we could play it out, but I would rather not play it out. And Takewee just has like subliminal like memories about it that are like more like impulses and urges more than anything, right? She remembers, she feels like something happened there. She doesn't remember the exact conversation, but she like knows what she has to do now because of the conversation she had. If that's fine with you, Alyssa.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So-
I think the only thing that if we see anything, it's just like with the moment she sees like, if she sees Mickey's face, right? Like she just like immediately starts like screaming and breaks down, and then
Yeah.
you just like cut. But you like don't hear it. It's like one of
Yeah.
those like things where like you see her pop up, and then she just
Yeah,
like,
I'm down with that. Yeah, that's the only snippet we see.
She's screaming in fear of how ugly this old man Mickey is.
Hey, he's a god. He doesn't have to age anymore.
I was like, he doesn't
True.
age.
Yeah.
Turns
Yeah.
out
So
he's a toddler now.
the spell is cast, and Takewee, your eyes pop open.
With one hit point.
Yes, exactly. And then Vanthus comes into the room and stabs you again.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Heal.
Yeah, then you wake up for real. Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? Yes, that actually happens. I think that's what we see. I think that would be fun. Takewee opens her eyes, right? And we suddenly Vanthus is just there, and he just whispers, like he's in front of you, and he whispers like, oh no,
Stay down.
you don't get to wake up yet. And then you just see a knife, and then you scream, and then poof, you actually wake up. So there was like some sort of weird like nightmare right before you got up.
Awesome.
Yeah. You're now surrounded by your friends. So yeah, it's the party, the cleric, and Lavinia. And Carla, probably.
All hunched into this small little room.
No, probably. I just put you there because it was on this level. It's probably like an upper bedroom. So it's like bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
So yeah, she probably put you like in one of the guest bedrooms. So yeah, Takewee's eyes open. What do you do?
Okay. So
Audrin immediately just breathes a huge sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Yeah, Takewee like opens her eyes. I'm debating she just like runs right here right now.
Right.
Or if she takes a more like silent approach. Because I mean she only has 1 hit point, so it's not like, and I have like a -4 to everything for the next 4 days.
Does she
next 4 days?
Well, -4 tomorrow to be -3.
Oh.
Yeah, so each long rest I take, it deduces 1.
Does she like start to sit up? Like if she starts to sit up,
she definitely like starts to sit up.
Yeah, I think Audrin immediately goes, "Whoa, take it easy. You're probably..."
She like swats your arm away.
Oh no, he doesn't like tries to stop her, but he just like puts up his hands like, "Oh."
Yeah, makes a motion, doesn't like actually try to touch you.
Well, sure, but she still sits up regardless. Like she just like sits on the edge of the bed and just like stares down.
How are you feeling, Takewee? Lavinia says.
I think she just says, "Get out."
Everybody just kind of like looks at each other.
He's back.
Yeah, Lavinia just says, "We'll leave you to rest." And then she just like looks at Carla and nods to her and the cleric, and then they like leave. I don't know if you guys do, but
I just kind of like look at Takewee and I'm like, is that really how you're talking to somebody who just brought you back to life and has given you all of these, and you just tell her to get out? And I just kind of like walk away after that. I'm like, that's very rude. Lavinia has only been kind to us.
I mean, Della would probably just leave. Like when she says, "Get out," she says she's back, and then leave.
Yeah. And then only Audrin's left.
I mean, I was just trying to think like if there was something of Takewee's that Audrin would have. Like if she had like some sort of, I don't know, adventuring bag or something, or like specific weapon or pouch or something.
I mean, she might, but like,
I mean, my warhammer, like it's significant to me, but
yeah, I mean, I just feel like most of that stuff would just be like already next to her bed. It would probably have to be something small.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, of something.
Maybe her flute.
I don't know. She doesn't have a whole lot of.
Maybe her flute. Like it just dropped.
A whole lot of.
It dropped when like she died, or was in that battle. You just like put it in your pocket and never gave back to her.
I was just gonna say something like, whatever it is, I set it down and say when you're ready, and then set it down and then leave, and then walk out.
Mm-hmm.
But
sure.
Yeah, I think Audrin just kind of gets up and starts to walk out and just says something like, we'll be ready for you whenever you're ready.
And then
And
you're
then
alone.
just walks out.
I think Takewee just like she just cries.
Yeah.
And then I think she just like I think she sleeps that night if they let her. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. I assume so. Yeah.
No, we
and then-
keep you up all night with
I come
parties.
barging in
I just
every
mean
hour.
like
Point
if
of
they don't like
exhaustion.
try to like come in again.
yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, I
she's
mean, I
just
think
gonna,
I think Lavinia like talks to everybody when they all come out, and then just says we should probably just give her some time, and like we just try. Lavinia like makes a point of like telling everybody just don't come up to this wing, like leave her alone.
Do we get her like food or something?
I mean, yeah, Carla probably
probably
comes
the-
in at some
yeah.
point in the evening to like give you food, but that's probably it. Or at least knocks on the door and asks if you
Over-
want food.
Overnight, Audrin probably is like camping out on the roof, making sure she doesn't like try to
sneak
that
out
if
or
she runs
anything.
away, he can keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that maybe she tries to sneak out through the window or something, and
Yeah.
that Audrin would try
Sure.
to keep tabs on her.
well,
And
it's
also
funny you
make
should
sure-
say that because I
Yeah.
definitely want to sneak out
Uh-huh.
after I've had a long rest.
Okay, sounds good. So early in the morning, or late at night, I guess, depending on when you actually go to sleep. Yeah, we see Takewee just try to sneak out the window. Like you're on the second story.
I don't know.
I mean, if that's what you try to do, you can
mean-
just do stealth and climb or stealth and athletics or whatever, right?
Yeah, I guess so because I guess she wouldn't just like try to like walk out the front door.
Right. Yeah.
So
So I guess roll a stealth roll.
okay,
See how that goes.
okay.
I mean, you don't have your armor, so you don't have. Oh,
Oh.
nice. Yeah.
Well, the other thing is, are you doing this in the middle of the night?
No, I mean, so if you guys raised
Probably,
me,
right?
I'm assuming it was probably late afternoon.
Yeah.
So I probably like just like went to sleep like
So
it's
middle
probably
of the
like
night,
early
probably.
morning,
Okay, so
So that would have been
like
a
very
15.
very early morning
Yeah.
kind of.
yeah,
a
it's a
thing.
15 then.
Oh yes, that is a 15. Yes,
Why there's 15?
or
Minus
because I have a
three, like
-3
raised
to all
dead.
my stats and attacks right now.
Oh, because of the raised dead.
Yep.
Yeah, because it takes time for you to get
D&D
your
is so
full
weird.
strength back.
Fifth edition is so weird. Why does it just randomly every once in a while be like, "Oh yes, we are doing modifiers instead of advantage"? I don't get it. It's weird.
Well, I think it's just to make it a weaker version of raising.
No, I
Makes
get
it-
I get the why
Yeah,
raised
well,
dead.
no,
I just don't know
resur-
why it isn't.
Resurrection is the
disadvantage.
same thing.
Yeah.
Resurrection, you have a
You can just be
-4
dead
penalty.
for longer,
Yeah.
and it still
Mm,
works.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Raised dead is you have a 10-day limit. But
It
yeah,
just
the
it's
same thing.
really it just punishes of like, okay, you really have to like get to them quickly, and
Yeah.
you have to prioritize.
and they can't have any missing body parts. Well, they can, but I mean, like,
They won't
You
get
you
it
don't
back.
you don't get it back.
Yeah.
Unlike
so-
resurrection.
Really, so 18 might be good enough, but Audrin is really Audrin making a perception check to see if he notices that you leave.
Oh
which,
wow!
Which he does not.
Audrin is a sleepy
Audrin-
boy.
So you know what I think happens, Audrin. Okay, this is what we see. Okay, so
No.
what you probably happened, right, is you went up to like the top story and then like found a window that like leads out onto the roof, that like looks out onto the roof, and you just like went up there, and Carla finds the window open. Like there was like she was up in the top story doing something, and noticed there was like a draft, and went and saw this, and we see her head. So we see Takewee like, you know, getting ready to like do her thing. She's like, you know, putting her clothes on or whatever else, right? Like putting equipment on. And then we see Audrin like sitting up on the roof, like waiting, like looking, okay, to see if like Takewee's gonna try to book it. And then we see Carla's head poke out of the open window and just like boop, boop, look around, see you, and then just say, what are you doing?
Audrin's like just like perched on
Yeah.
the edge, just like
Yeah.
kind of crouched down.
Mhm.
And he just like looks over and like steps back down, and he's like got bags under his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Bags of
he's-
holding.
Yes. Stare into my eyes. They are limitless. No, he says, well, admittedly falling asleep, but trying to make sure Takui doesn't run off and go get herself into trouble.
Killed again.
Oh, okay. Aren't you? She like looks out a little bit further. Like, aren't you scared you're gonna fall?
Audrin peers over and looks down and says, "Oh, that's not that bad of a fall. I've fallen for worse."
And we can see it on Carla's face. Her little heart flutters at like the thought that like, oh, you fell from a height higher than this and you survived. How cool is that?
So dreamy.
Yeah, exactly. He's such a hero. But I think what she does is
You
see her.
cut to that scene where it actually happened when he was younger, and this like, and he's like, and the Alicia's like laughing at him because he's like in a full body cast.
right. Yeah, I imagine it as some stupid thing where like you're on a cliff face over the ocean nearby Calabar, and like the neighborhood watch members are like daring you to jump off into the water. And
it's like a hazing thing.
Yeah,
it's like part of
exactly,
they say it's initiation, but
Yep. You just didn't
not
land the right
really.
way and it just broke several bones. Someone had to save you. But yeah, so she, so we see her little heart flutter, and then she just like seems to just kind of screw up her face and steel herself, and then she just starts to slowly climb out onto the roof with you. She's just like, I can do it. Just don't look down. And she's like trying to like get over nearish to where you are and just like trying to balance herself. And I assume basically what's happening is right through this entire sequence, you're paying way too much attention to her, and then we see like a rope like come out of a window and slither down, and then Takui just starts descending. Right.
At the same.
What it is like he's like Audrin notices that she's doing that, and then he's like steadily like watching, making sure she's not going to slip, and
Exactly,
watching where she's
yeah.
placing her foot and stuff. And
As Carla's going, I can do it. Takui's going saying, I can do it.
Yeah. And to be honest, though, I think like because Takui's succeeded on the stealth and has a rope, because I was thinking about this, I was like, there's no way she'd actually be able to get down from this 2-story window without a rope. So it makes just more sense that she just like tied a rope to the bed and then just descend. I don't think you need to make an athletics check for that. You just can. You're an adventurer. Yeah, you can just get down. But yeah, I mean, I don't think necessarily we need to like play out the scene too much further with Carla, but I think it basically ends up like Carla goes out there with you and then like sits down near you, and then she just like likes she's just watching the morning with you.
Yeah.
And it's just this kind of cute scene of like, yeah.
Sunrise.
And then by the time Takui's like halfway across the city, then Audrin like notices in the morning sunlight, like, is that a rope? And then like
Audrin's just like, wait, is that? Oh, you gotta be. And then like it cuts.
And we just cut there. Yeah, exactly. Cool.
It just cuts to Takui.
Yeah. Where is Takui going?
Where she was told to go.
So let me find the exact.
She's gonna go get a mission. Talk to some people.
Certainly. Just gotta find. Find where this is. What's the number?
Oh, you stop.
Where?
Can I have your number? Can I have?
Can I get your number? Can I has it?
Where?
I forgot the exact organization that we talked about.
Yeah, I know what it is. I'm just trying to find that like the number on.
Oh, is it the number 13 for the organization?
Is that a Kingdom Hearts reference?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I'm surprised anybody got that, especially you.
I've watched videos explaining the story of Kingdom Hearts and how stupid it is.
Okay.
Whoa. I'm not even a big Kingdom Hearts fan, but you don't dish on Kingdom Hearts.
No, even Kingdom Hearts fans think the story is stupid, from what I understand.
It's hard to keep up with, but I don't think it's stupid. I think it's enjoyable, but
I've
never met a Kingdom Hearts fan that would agree with you on that. Maybe certain arcs are dumb, but definitely not.
I need to send you, Jordan, the video of this guy where he's like just explaining the plot of Kingdom Hearts, and by the end of it, he's like nearly crying because he's like, "This is so stupid."
Is it a Brian David Gilbert video?
No, but that one's great too. That one is amazing. No, this one is a puppet. The Brian David Gilbert one is also just really. I forgot about that one. That was great.
I'm really confused because I'm trying to find where this stupid thing is. Let's see. Yeah, C67. 4. Oh yeah, it's probably just like a normal looking place. It's in the Cudgel district. It is a very kind of like secret looking, out of the way church. Oh, here he is. Yeah, C2, I think. Yeah, there we go. Did I dragged everybody to this map, right? Yeah, there you go. So C2/14 on this map.
Okay, I see it.
So it's a pretty obvious building, right? It just looks like just a normal, like, very small church, which you could pretty much just pass by, except for the fact that, and I'm just trying to make sure I have the right thing up here. Yeah, except for the fact that the front doors of this church bear a set of chains fixed with a padlock, and there are no windows in the church's stone walls. Takui, locals say they've seen people entering and exiting the church using silver keys to unlock the chains, but no one's been brave enough to investigate further. Rumors of demon worship, live sacrifices, and worse circulate around the church, yet the Anglican clergy of this district remain curiously close-lipped about the matter. Father Valentine of St. Cuthbert's and Reverend Nicholas Tyndall of All Saints Church say only that they are keeping their eyes on the Church of the Bitter Curtain, but that it does not pose a threat to the city. And so we maybe hear some rumors in the some voices saying some rumors in the background as Takui makes her way in the morning, the very early morning light, to this church. And yeah, you're standing in front of it. There are no windows, and there's just like a padlock and like chains, just like covering the door, so that nobody can get in. But Takui, I think when you get there, you suddenly just feel a weight in your pocket.
Mm-hmm. Like, go for it.
And you reach in, and there's a silver key in your pocket.
Yeah, so I go to unlock it.
And you unlock it, and
key.
Inside, it looks like a very normal-looking church, right? Like Anglican church. You step in, and just pews. There's an altar at the end of the sanctuary. But and for some weird reason, there are stained glass windows that are obviously letting in light, but there are no windows on the outside of this building, so you're not sure how that works. But yeah, this is just chapel, and the only person, first you don't see anyone, but then you just see a lone figure, sitting kind of off to the side, right? So there's a raised dais at the end of the sanctuary with podium in the center, and then just the raised dais continues to the left and right of that, and just sitting on the ledge of the dais itself, is a. You just see a rice hat, Chinese style rice hat, and then the figure lifts its head slightly, and you can see that's they're whittling something maybe, and they lift their head and it's like a crow's face. And Takui, make a history check for me. I'm just curious what you might know of Kenku.
That's a -3, so 18.
18 is still pretty good. I mean, yeah, Kenku are a bird species. You are more familiar probably with like a subspecies of like similar
like parrot
parrots.
one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that lives in the basin or near the basin at least. But you get the concept, right? It's like a bird person. And so your guess from your like short amount of travel is this is somewhere in the north. This probably comes from whatever this guy's origin. But yeah, it looks like a raven or a crow person. And this person who you're guessing maybe it's a he, but like it's a bird, so it's kind of hard to tell. Just like lifts his face, looks you in the eye, and then just says in Miggy's voice, which you recognize somehow, just says, "Welcome home."
Wait, this bird has met Miggy.
Or at least heard his voice.
Yes. Well, true. Yeah.
She just I think she just like thinks about it for a second, and like maybe we just get like the memory of her like screaming at like the god of death, and she's just like home. I wouldn't call this home, but
Yeah. And the bird just like pats like the dais next to him, like, come sit down.
she like nods and like walks over, just like sits next to him. She's just like, she's a woman of few words at the moment.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to think of, I've been thinking about this character for a while now, and I'm just trying to decide whether or not I want to just try to do the mimicry thing. It just seems so complicated.
How we've played it. It's how we've played it canonically.
I know, but I just hate it. Like, as specifically as a GM, I don't want to have to come up with whatever.
You could make it that he says things, but it's like very disjointed in lots of different voices because he's heard lots of things. I don't know who this character is, though.
Yeah, and that's probably what I'm going to go for. But I'll probably just end up most of the time just having kind of a neutral voice, just because I don't know.
That's fair.
Enough.
I'm just saying you could say that's how it comes out, but not say it that way.
Yes, I think that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, takeaway: when this guy speaks, that's what happens, right?
Okay.
A lot of yeah, Gurno posts in chat. I love it, but that's because I'm good at it, and I'm not like as a player, I would totally enjoy it because that'd be the one thing I had to focus on. As a GM, I don't want to spend any energy trying to write anything like that.
Yeah, that's
down.
totally fine. I
So,
don't care.
Yeah, so
Twig Snap was so much fun.
I can imagine. Yeah, and it's fun to listen to. But yeah, as a GM, I just don't want to spend the energy to do it. So yeah, the voices you're hearing are disjointed, but I honestly think the guy has probably heard enough that like he's able to meld things too. So like it's easier to understand than if it literally is just like his voice is constantly changing. But yeah, it definitely seems like he's like picked up snippets of lots of different conversations from lots of different places. But obviously you don't recognize any of the other voices after Mickey's. But the guy just says, "I am. Get out of that.
Get out of that.
Get out of that. Don't go looking in the trash. Get out of that."
Just like froze her brow and was like, "Nice to meet you. I'm Takewee."
Nice to meet you too. What brings you here? And he gives you a little glint. Like, there's a little glint in his eye, like he obviously knows.
She just says, I think the gods told me to come.
Yes, they did. They did indeed.
I don't remember why.
We can help that.
And she just like shakes her head and she just says, "You've got the wrong person."
Everyone's the wrong person in the wrong context.
You're looking for my sister, not me.
We know your sister.
He
Then-
sucks.
Then get her to do what you want.
She can't.
She can do anything.
She can't.
I don't believe that.
Then you don't believe God. That's bad.
Yeah, well, I also said death was the road to awe. That turned out to be a load of crap.
Death is the road to awe. It can be. Sometimes.
Why am I here?
Demons are bad. You can fix this.
I can fix this. Really, the girl who just died 24 hours ago can fix this. Can do that.
Death is the road to awe. And you can, I mean, we as a player, I think at that second time he says it, we know as an audience, if you've watched Terra Nullius, that's Willow's voice, right?
Aw. Willow.
And so, yeah, he says, get out of that. He's here to help.
So
You can call me a git. You can call me git.
Get. Well, get. What again? Why am I here? You said demons? What does that even mean?
There are bad things in this world. And good people
Yeah.
need to do something about that. And like you're starting to hear like a particular voice, a male voice that like keeps coming up a lot whenever he talks about like he starts to, and he's going to continue here, but he starts to go into like what you're assuming is maybe like the normal like this is what they tell the new recruits speech, and he's heard whoever normally does this do it a bunch of times, so he just starts going into that, right? And so he just says, the Order of the Bitter Curtain exists to stop bad things from happening. This world is full of bad things. It didn't stop when death. It didn't stop with death's end. It only began. When they left the world. When they fixed it. There were still enemies left. Monsters in the night. Demons. They've grown in power of late. They need to be stopped. You can stop them. We all can stop them. We serve the new gods, the pantheon that rose from the ashes of the old gods, the old world. They know the truth. They know the reason for the pantheon. They know the reason for its existence. And you will too. We can teach you, Taekwi. We can teach you how to fight back. You have one thing that your sister doesn't have. You've been reborn. And like you can sense that like there's obviously something more to that than just dying and coming back, because like you have 5,000 gold and there you go. Anyone can do that, right?
Right.
But something
Just
else must have profound must have happened there.
Yeah, and I think she just like.
Have you ever heard the story of the Phoenix? He says, it's like coming into a different accent.
Phoenix.
You would like it. You're so flamey.
I wonder who said you're so flamey once.
I know, yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
I'm certainly not going to tell.
Probably Mickey to like one of the new gods or something like that, right? You're so flamey. I mean, I know what a phoenix is, right? I'm assuming
Probably.
I do. So what you're saying, this is like my second chance.
Sure. If you want to view it that way.
I don't know what to view anymore.
The Phoenix is a majestic creature, one that shows us the cycle of life and death and rebirth. Except we don't get this, do we? Phoenixes, their entire existence is caught up in a wave, a cycle. A cycle of death, life, rebirth, so on and so on. And yet, we as mortal creatures do not have this choice. Even if we are resurrected, it is not the same. We are not the same person. And then he says, this legend is, I think, out of date.
Yeah, can I roll like a history check to like see if I know about
Sure, yeah.
that? Oh man,
Ooh, too
wish
bad.
I had argued for an advantage.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound familiar necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah, he just says, even the mortals do not have this cycle. They only live, and once they die, they die. They live for a long, long time, but they do die. Phoenixes are the mediator, in some ways, between those that existence is caught up in a fear of death, and those whose existences are caught up in a fear of life. On the one hand, we as mortals go throughout our entire existence fearing our inevitable end, while immortals go on every day fearing their inevitable, prolonged existence, counting the days with more and more despair. Phoenixes know that both of these are only half of the story. For you must die to live again, and life is sweet, even if it is eternal. That's the end.
Takeaway's just like shaking her head, like, what?
That's the end.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You want me to go fight demons? Basically.
And he says the same word, like he just mimics what you just said back to you. We can teach you, Takui. The Order of the Bitter Curtain exists to fight.
How many are there?
There are
2. This guy named Fred, another one named Steve.
We are numerous, but we are scattered. I can help you at least for now, to find your path. He says something else, but I'm just trying to figure out in my head. Let me grab my notes on this faction. We keep our presence in Calabar subtle, operating on the theory that to openly oppose such dangerous forces invites open retaliation from the enemy. And again, he's going back to that like teacher voice. The Order's founding was explicitly connected to Death's End, though the causality is unclear to many of us still. What we know is that the Order opposes all those who would traffic with demons, and who would seek to allow demons and their influence to extend further into the multiverse. Evil religions, cabals of conjurers, and demon cultists are viewed with equal contempt. This is the biggest threat to our world, and we need you to help us fight them. There is a force that has taken advantage of Death's End, and now seeks to carve out a place for himself when, before he was a prisoner, a slave. Now he is the master. We are the coup that will bring him to his knees. That's the end.
Yeah. Okay. So
And he like shakes his head a little bit and he's just like, not working. And he just like grabs a little feathery finger, points it in the center of your forehead, and then like you just understand more than you did before, right? Like all of his jumbled philosophy and mimicry and all that stuff just kind of all like goes together and like actually kind of unites into something that actually makes sense. And yeah, I mean, do you have any other questions yourself as Takewee? To I can clarify anything else for you.
Yeah, I think she's just like, I mean, Takewee's like still pretty like, I don't think she's like, wow, I have a new mission. I'm just like, I'm going to prove myself now. Like, she's just like, she's still pretty down.
Yeah.
So I think she still doesn't understand like why they're asking her of all. She's like, I don't get it. Like, it's just to like get somebody else to do this. But she's just kind of like, I think she's accepting though, like all this information. I think she's just like, where would I need to go?
Follow the same path. You will know. We will show you.
So just when I get these random urges, you just want me to go.
You will know. We will show you. And then another person walks into the church. Big, tall man, human male. He just, steps in and he is wearing he looks like a paladin, basically, easy word picture there, right? He steps in, he has a sword across his back, and he just says, "Oh, good. Has he informed you?" Sorry, I was a little late. That must have been a little confusing.
Do I recognize this person at all or no?
No, I don't think so. And then Git just says, "I'm a Git." And the guy just shakes his head, says, "You wouldn't know it, but he's incredibly good at his job. That's why we keep him around."
And you are?
I don't know why I didn't generate a name of this dude. Give me a second.
Caleb, give him a name.
Wow, after all these years,
I
cannot believe this.
know.
You had a whole document filled with all these NPC names.
Mm-hmm. So get out of that. And
Oh, that's how you spell that. I've been spelling that a different
Yeah.
way.
Get out of that.
and Deacon Ross, he introduces himself as. The name's Deacon Ross. I am a blade warden for the Order of the Bitter Curtain. No, he says, I am a Fury Knight for the Order of the Bitter Curtain.
Yeah, I think she just says, well, Get here did a pretty good job explaining it, I think.
Good. That's the one thing we still haven't quite got down with him is the explanation part. He can do everything else of the initiation just fine. Git just says again, I am a Git. And then Deacon's just like, okay, you can stop saying that now.
I think she just says, like, the one thing I still don't understand is Deacon, if you've had any contact at all with the Pantheon or with the God of Death, you know that I just died.
Of course. And?
She just like scoffs and she just says, does that not tell you how incompetent I am? Why the hell would you want me?
Takeway, I've died 37 times. You'll get used to it.
Eventually you get a little...
well, in my culture, death isn't something we just take lightly.
No. Oh, taking it lightly? No, of course not. It's never something I take lightly.
We were always told that death was something to look forward to.
I'm sorry. That's not true. Sure, sometimes death is something that is necessary, maybe even inevitable. But it's not something to look forward to. What you look forward to is the life on the other side of it. Every time I've died, I've done it because I had to. Because someone else was going to die, and I could stop it. Something else was going to break, and I could break instead. What would you have done if one of your friends had died instead of you? You'd be doing the opposite of what you're doing right now. You'd still be saying you're incompetent, but you'd be saying it for a completely different reason. You can't have it both ways. You sacrificed yourself for your friends. In my line of work, that's the greatest thing you can ever do. You'll get used to it.
So what, I'm just supposed to be this phoenix that Git seems to be implying, where I just die, come back to life
I told
every
you the
now
Phoenix
and then.
story again. Git, I already told you. It's always confusing to everyone. It has a little bit of a point, though. Death can be the road to awe. But it's a road, not the awe itself. I don't want you to seek after death, Takewee. That's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking you to be the universe's punching bag. What I'm asking for is for you to stop this game in your own head, second-guessing yourself every time you mess up. Get over yourself, move on, and do better next time. That's how an adult handles these sorts of situations.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay, yeah.
See how well that
Sure.
goes
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
Takui.
Of
I
course,
don't
yeah.
know. Yeah, I don't know. I could see you taking it that either well or not well.
Well, luckily this guy is a high level paladin, so
Yeah, he should.
yeah, I
have.
think a 27 is
Oh.
probably good enough.
I think so. I think Takui's like, holy crap, man. Dang. All right. Yeah, I mean, high level charismatic paladin.
Yep,
Let's
exactly.
go.
Dang.
And then I think Git said,
He's certainly not Episcopalian.
Git like sees probably the look on your face change, right? As you like accept what he's telling you. And then he just says, that's the end.
Yeah, and I think Takui just like, kind of like shakes awake, and she's like, "You're right. I told myself I would move out here so I could stop comparing myself to my sister, because I'm never going to be her."
And we don't need you to be.
Yeah. I want to believe you. And maybe one day I'll get there.
We'll work on it then.
Okay.
Let me show
So-
you exactly what we do here. And then we just kind of like fade out from the scene there.
Fade out. Okay.
So I want to ask you.
I think my only question as
Yeah.
a player, so
Yep.
like obviously I don't think I'm allowed to divulge all this information on my party
Mhm.
necessarily, but am I allowed to like take them on these missions? Like, what am I supposed to say to them? Like,
So,
or am I supposed to go
yeah.
solo on these?
The stuff that he kind of explains to you is basically like, we want you to like, there's something about you and what's been happening, like with you dying and whatever. And he actually calls the god of death Mikhail. Apparently that's the name that he's known by in the order. And he says from what Mikhail like showed me and Get, like there is a like weave of destiny about you, and like it's not even that we need to send you on missions, like you're gonna walk right into this, right? And you just have to keep your eyes open. And there's gonna be stuff sure that we'll like be able to inform you about and help you with, and there probably will be something that we're like, hey, this is something you should take care of since you're in this area, like we'll be in contact. But at the end of the day, most of the things you're going to be doing is just keep going where you're already going. He's like, you don't have to like change anything about like the you're on the right path already with what you're doing with Lavinia. Just like keep doing it. Mikhail apparently has seen something in your future that like you're gonna walk right into this thing. And we don't even really understand the full extent of it yet, but you'll probably find out before we do.
So weird hearing him being called Mikhail, because I'm sure she like in her history that she's learned, she's like, oh yeah, that guy Pepe Miguel Poncio who
Yeah.
stole the godhood from our race.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yep.
So she's just like, okay.
Yeah, and so they kind of say to you, like, it's not even that, it's not necessarily that, like, you have to keep all of this, like, a super huge secret from the party, necessarily. If it comes out, it comes out. But you shouldn't go right back to them and then just vomit everything we're telling you here.
Right, no,
right?
of course.
Like,
and I don't think she would have
Yeah.
regardless, but I wasn't sure if they were going to, like, send her on missions or something
No,
like
yeah,
that.
and so they're basically like, if it ends up coming up, that's some of the stuff you know and have figured out from working for us, that's fine. Like, it's not like your party can't know. It's just that there's no
I don't even
reason
know
to, like,
how I'd explain it to
I
them.
know, yeah.
The gods of the pantheon told me to kill demons.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, so I
But,
mean, I think go
yeah.
ahead. No coughing, Caleb.
I like swallowed something wrong. I'm not even sure what that was. So basically, yeah, he explains that to you, and then he gives you real quick. He gives you the. Did I write this down? Gotta find what I wrote down, because what I want to do is give you like more as a fun thing than anything else, the list of gods and the names they're called by now in
Okay.
the new pantheon.
Cool.
Yes, Bootsy is part of the new pantheon.
I know.
I'm curious what name you're coming up for Ari.
Let's see. Where did I write this down?
Bootsy and his chickens.
Man, did I not write this down all in the same place? That would be annoying.
I mean, you can just give it to me later if you want, but
Yes, I might do that. I know it's in here somewhere. So, Mikhail, God of Death, REA, and they just added an H.
REA.
They just added an H to it. REA,
REA.
yeah, exactly. Goddess of life. Bodin, god of animals. So that's Bootsy. Yeah, but he expanded out. He expanded his portfolio a bit.
He got
an upgrade.
I was gonna say he got a promotion.
You might say that he bought the farm.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh no!
Oh no, not the mattress.
Now we can see all your
Caleb's been
books.
The fourth wall
exposed.
has been broken.
I'm trying to remember where I put my
Technically, it's the second one.
notebook that I like wrote all this down in originally. Oh, here it is. There you go. I'm just gonna not worry about that for a second.
We will.
Yeah, here we go. Boop, 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 boo. Yep, Mikhail, god of death. REA, goddess of life and fertility. We have Madoc, who, Deli already knows about. The god of death. Or no, god of chaos, sorry.
God of chaos, yeah.
God of chaos. Bodin, god of animals. Pongerban, the god of forests, plants, and nature.
Ooh.
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that happened.
Yep. Sophia, the goddess of wisdom and the moon. Esh, god of volcanoes, and Maya, goddess of water. So that is the new pantheon as it stands currently.
Wait.
Did she just take Maya's name?
Wait, who am I thinking of? Who's Maya?
Oh wait, never mind. That's Mira. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't think this.
It wasn't. Wait, no.
I thought I had a character named Maya though. At one point.
No. What wasn't Darius something at the end of all things, or was he not?
He was god of life, and then he gave it to Ari.
Right. Okay, that was it. I couldn't remember
because he died.
But he gave it to Ari, but he also died.
He also died. Yeah.
Well, wait, Alyssa, what was it? You had said something about Ponkerbond. What was that?
No, that's from Anno Domini.
It's from Anno Domini.
I was like, oh hey, that's a familiar name.
But yeah, Esh and Maya. The only thing that you guys as players would know about like Esh and Maya is that we know that there were two aspects left over that nobody took, but at the end of it, and it was the volcanoes because of what's his face, the bat god died, and then the aspect that was left over from She the Jade Skirt, she had fertility and water. Ari took fertility, but someone else got water.
Ironic, since she couldn't have children, but
exactly.
Yes.
It's the reversal thing, Yeah.
Wait, wasn't the bat god killed by like another god or another?
He was killed by She the Jade Skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, who are the people that fought in the volcano?
Oh, She the Jade Skirt and Mazayol, who's one of the seven serpents.
No. Like because
Mazayol and the bat god fought each other
in the volcano,
and the bat god killed Mazayol. Remember? And then the bat god came to join us in the battle against She of the Jade Skirt because he was like, I hate that woman.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yep. Anyway, yeah. So Takui is slowly starting to be introduced to like the bigger cosmological stuff that's happening here. So you basically know like, hey, these are the new gods that took over after all the old gods like died or got like left.
Right.
And they're all good now, right? Like they all work together and serve capital G God, and they're fighting demons. That's like the thing.
I think at the very least I knew about the god of death and maybe a little bit about the god of life just from my
it would be
in
in
other
the
words,
mythology.
these new shiny boys are serving Cap G.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then,
anything else?
Yeah, real quick, we need to run down what your affiliation score is going to end up being when you start off with the Order of the Bitter Curtain.
Okay.
Because they're an actual faction.
Okay.
All right.
Curtain.
You are level 3, so you start off with a 1 in it, based on character levels.
Okay.
You are good alignment, right? Yeah.
Well, what?
You're a good alignment. You're neutral good, right?
Yes.
Yes. So then that bumps you up to 3.
Okay.
Do you worship or get your magic from one of the new gods?
No.
Okay. Are you a member of a class or subclass associated with killing demonic entities? I don't think so. No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Barbarians just kill everything.
Are you trained in religion?
No.
Are you planning on making weekly observances at this church?
No.
Okay. Okay, well, I guess
I mean, by weekly observances, what do you mean? Like,
I mean, like going to church, basically, is what I'm saying.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah. Unfortunately, that means you are only a 3 in the affiliation right now, which means you are a lay member, so you have no benefits. So you're not an official ardent acolyte yet. You probably need to go on a mission or something to like get that point that's going to bump you up.
Mission trip.
When you get to 4, you will become an ardent acolyte. The order welcomes you as a faithful member. You are welcome in order meetings. You can associate freely with members. You can learn affiliation skills and other boons. So yeah, there's other minor things that can happen there. Actually, I can reveal this in the faction list, so you can take a look at that for yourself whenever you want to.
Cool
stuff you can get. So yeah, there's cool stuff later on.
So basically, I need to go on adventures if I want to.
Yeah, most of the stuff for adventure stuff is like completing a mission to fight a demonic infestation, defeating a demon in combat, destroying an artifact tied to the abyss, making a pilgrimage to the Court of Stars, which is apparently a city in the Shadowfell. If you associate with someone who's associated with demons, or associate with demons yourself, or summon a demon, or fail to confront great evil, then you'll get minuses.
Got it.
So.
Okay.
But yeah, there you go. You are now a member of the Order of the Bitter Curtain, or at least a lay member. You're on your way.
Member.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we didn't ask for this.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think at that point, I think she goes back to Lavinia's manor.
Cool. Let's go ahead and take a break there, right? I gotta put my mattress back up anyway. So but yeah, we'll take a break and come back in just a little bit to do more prologue or epilogue stuff for the season. Stick around.